If you take the cross out of Christianity, you don't have Christianity anymore. I think a lot of people are trying to do that today with Christianity. I think that, I'm not appointed to judge anybody. I'm not anybody's judge. God is the judge. But He has given us ground rules to play by, particularly those that are called to be pastors of churches. And what the Bible says is, look, if anybody comes to you and presents a different Jesus than the one that we've proclaimed to you, that's what the apostle said, and the one that we have witnessed, we saw him we were witnesses to his resurrection. If anybody comes to you and preaches to you a different message than the cross and the resurrection of Jesus, then it is a different gospel. That's what the apostle said, and you're to run from it. You're not to even entertain it, because it'll lead you down a road that won't lead you to Christianity and to life. It'll lead you to some religion. So I think the danger today is that a lot of people are fond of Jesus. Jesus is popular, but you can have a different Jesus if the Jesus that you're not in love with and following isn't the one that we see in the Bible. You can't have a different Jesus. And so the question is, do I believe in, do I love, and do I want to follow the Jesus that I see in the Bible? And that's a very real and raw and potent Jesus. He's not just this soft Galilean hippie, that's running around trying to make everybody feel good and peace, love, and joy all the time. Jesus said some hard things. Look at what Jesus said. Sometimes He got in people's faces and just said raw, hard truth. But that's the Jesus I want to follow, because if He's God, He says, I'm God, come in the flesh, then He has a right to speak anything to anybody. He has a right to speak hard, raw truth to somebody. Now, He always did it with love. Jesus is full of truth, but also grace. And so that's the Jesus that I want to follow. And so the cross is the centerpiece of Christianity. And it's an offense to people. It was an offense to people back then. We're talking about basically the electric chair hung around our necks. That's what it was to the Romans, and certainly to the Jews who watched crucifixion in that day. It wasn't a glamorous gold pretty piece of jewelry. It was death, and it was cruel and gruesome. The word excruciating hadn't even been invented until crucifixion, and they invented the word excruciating to describe the pain of the cross. Excruciating literally means out of the cross. Excrucio, out of the cross. It is brutal, but that was the way that God said was the only way that people could find salvation, was by His Son giving His life, brutally being tormented, and laying down His life for the brokenness of humanity. So you take the cross out of Christianity, you don't have Christianity. You just have some kind of a feel-good religion, but it's not Christianity.